This is test number 3 of a practice SAT math test. We're going to work through it together. What I'm going to do is read off the question to you, give you a second to try it, and then you can look at what the answer is. All right, on math test 3, it is no calculator. You have 25 minutes to take it, and there's 20 questions. So that's a minute, maybe a question. So you gotta keep moving along while you're doing it. All right, so when you're doing this one, I want you to note the SAT does give you some formulas that are down here in the test booklet. Notice they don't really give you a lot of formulas, so you're going to want to make note of which ones they have and which ones they don't, and make yourself cards to study with. When we come across a formula I think you need to know, I'll remind you to stop and write a note card. All right, so there's 20 questions on this. I broke it into 2 parts, so I'm going to do questions 1 through 12 with you here, and then I go to lesson number 2 on it, and you can do the rest of them then. All right, number 1. If x minus 1 over 3 is equal to k, and k is equal to 3, what is the value of x? Okay, so now's a good time to pause it, try it, and then hit play again to see what the answer is. Okay, so if k is equal to 3, I would just put 3 in there. Put that over 1. That helps some of you. So now you have a fraction equal to a fraction, or you could call it a proportion. So remember, when you have a proportion, you're allowed to cross multiply. So 1 times x minus 1 is x minus 1. And then 3 times 3 is 9. So finishing up here, move the minus 1 to the other side, so it's plus 1. So x is 10. So that gives you the answer of D. Number 2. If I is equal to the square root of negative 1, what is the sum of 7 plus 3i plus negative 8 plus 9i? Okay, the answer to number 2 is A. What you have to do on this is I tell people to think about the letter I like the letter X. It's just an X, it's a variable. So it's a plus in between, so you can just ignore the parentheses. So 7 and negative 8, they're different signs. When they're different signs, just subtract, take the sign of the bigger number. Negative 8 is bigger than 7. There's more negative than positive, so that makes it negative 1. And then 3 plus 9 is 12. So negative 1 plus 12i. Again, think about it like 3x plus 9x, so that makes 12x. It's just a different letter. Besides x, it's an I. All right, number 3. On Saturday afternoon, Armand sent M text messages each hour for 5 hours, and Tyrone sent P text messages each hour for 4 hours. Which of the following represents the total number of messages sent by Armand and Tyrone on Saturday afternoon? Okay, the answer number 3 is C. So Armand sent M text messages for 5 hours. That's why the 5 and the M are together. And, so put a plus for and Tyrone sent P messages for 4 hours. So 4 and P go together. Number 4. Kathy is a repair technician for a phone company. Each week she receives a batch of phones that need repairs. The number of phones that she has left to fix at the end of each day can be estimated with the equation P equals 108 minus 23D, where P is the number of phones left and D is the number of days she has worked that week. What is the meaning of the value 108 in this equation? Okay, the answer number 4 is B. So Kathy started off each week with 108 phones, and every day she fixes 23 of the phones. She received a batch of phones, which was 108, that needed fixed, and then she had to fix so many. So apparently she can fix 23 in a day. So 23 represents how many that she fixes each day. Number 5. Number 5 is x squared y minus 3y squared plus 5xy squared minus in parentheses, negative x squared y plus 3xy squared minus 3y squared. Which of the following is equivalent to the expression above? Number 5 was C. What you have to do is, because it's a minus, unlike that one we did a second ago, it was a plus in between them. Where did that go? Right here. That was a plus between them. So when it's a plus, you can just draw out the parentheses. When it's a minus, you have to multiply that minus across, or multiply an imaginary 1 that's sitting in front of it, so minus 1 all the way across, so that makes that a plus. Let me use a different color here. So that makes that negative x squared y into a plus. That makes that plus a minus, and that minus a plus. So combining like terms, x squared y and plus another x squared y, there's nothing in front of it, so there's a 1. So 1 and 1 make 2 x squared y. Then there is no other, we got minus 3y squared and a plus 3y squared. Gone, because they're different signs. One's minus, one's plus. So a minus 3 and a plus 3, gone. And then we got 5x squared y, 5x y squared plus minus 3xy squared. 5 minus 3 is 2, because they're different signs. Again, if it's a minus, take the time to go across and change all the signs. It goes better. Or number 6, h is equal to 3a plus 28.6. A pediatrician uses the above model to estimate height of a boy in inches in terms of the boy's age A in years between the ages of 2 and 5. Based on the model, what is the estimated increase in inches of a boy's height each year? The answer number 6 was A. All right, so this is the height the person starts at. It's between the ages of 2 and 5, so this person starts at about 28.6. And then each year, this is the slope, each year they're increasing by 3 inches. The next one, number 7, they have a crazy formula there. It says the formula above gives the monthly payment M needed to pay off a loan of P dollars at R% annual interest rate over N months. Which of the following gives P in terms of M, N, and R? Number 7. Number 7 is B. Now it said P in terms of. In terms of means equals. So P equals. So all these had P equals. So that doesn't really help you out that much. But what you can do, like I did on that other problem a while ago, that was a proportion, how I put the number 1 underneath it, so you could think about it going across and multiplying across. It's the same idea on this one. Put this over 1, and so you got this whole giant chunk on the top, and the P is also on the top. And then you have this other chunk down here. So if we're solving for the letter P, what we can do is multiply that down here, and this goes up there. Cross multiply it kind of, but leave behind the letter P. So it's M times that whole chunk on the bottom. And see, they hide the M over here on the side, but again, it just means that it's on the top, because it's M over nothing, so it's M over 1. So it's M times the whole bottom, and then divided by the top. They just switched them, just cross multiply. Number 8, if A over B equals 2, what is the value of 4B over A? Okay, number 8 is C. Again, it's another cross multiply kind of thing. Put a 1 over that. And so A times 1 is A, and 2 times B is 2B. So A is 2B. So if A is equal to 2B, this letter A there can be substituted with 2B. So that gives you 4B over, instead of A, 2B. The B's cancel out, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. Number 9, they gave us a system. What is the solution xy to the system of equations above? Number 9 is B. All right, so eyeballing in here, I love doing the addition subtraction method and looking at the letters. We got 2y and 4y and then 3x and negative x. We could make the y's both a number 4 or the x's both a 3. I went for the x's being a 3. Again, you want them to be the same number, and ideally it's really nice for them to be opposites. So that'll make a positive 3x and a negative 3x. So multiply across by it. So 3 times 2 is 6y. And 3 times negative x is negative 3x, and 3 times 19 is negative 57. So then adding them up, all right, so I should have lined them up for you. That would have been even prettier, sorry. So we got negative 3x and positive 3x, gone. And then adding together y's on the left, 6y and 4y add up to 10y. And then negative 57 and negative 23, again, they're the same signs. When they're the same signs, you add them up and you use that sign. So that adds up to negative 80. Divide, and you get negative 8. Then, well, shoot. Then if you're in a hurry, you're all done because y is negative 8. If you wanted to overachieve, though, you could plug it back in and see that you get x is equal to 3. Plug in the negative 8 back in for y. That would give you 3x minus 32. 4 times negative 8 is negative 32 equals negative 23. Move the negative 32 over, so then it's plus 32. So then 3x is equal to, let's see, 8 plus 3, let's see, 7 plus, that'd be 9. Divide, and you get 3. So x is 3, but again, we were all done when we had the negative 8. So hopefully you got some quick eyes to keep moving quick. It's all about how fast you go on this test. Number 10. G of x equals ax squared plus 24. For the function g defined above, a is a constant, and g of 4 is equal to 8. What is the value of g of negative 4? All right, let's break this down. Well, go ahead. Did you try it yet? Okay, you should have got the answer was A for number 10. Okay, what this is saying right here, if x is 4, if you plug 4 into the equation, then that equals 8 for the y value. So it gives you the coordinate point 4, 8. So if you plug a 4 in up here to the whole thing, you're going to get 8. Well, they want to know, what if you plug in negative 4 for x? Well, since x is squared, you're going to get the same answer because you're plugging a 4 in for x or a negative 4. Either way, you get a positive 16. So it's going to give us the same answer of 8 for the value of y. All right, number 11 says b is equal to 2.35 plus 0.25x. C is equal to 1.75 plus 0.4x. In the equation above, B and C represent the price per pound in dollars of beef and chicken, respectively, X weeks after July 1st during last summer. What was the price per pound of beef when it was equal to the price per pound of chicken? Okay, the answer on number 11 is D. Okay, they want to know when they're equal. When is the price of beef equal to the price of chicken? When is beef equal to chicken? So that means you got to set B equal to C. B is 2.35 plus 0.25x. C is 1.75 plus 0.4x. Okay, letters on the left, numbers on the right. So I'm going to move that over there, which makes it negative 0.40x. Move that over there, so it's negative 2.35. So combining them, different signs subtract, so that's negative 0.15x. Different signs subtract again, and so when you do that, you get negative 0.6. 15 cents goes into 60 cents 4 times. Now, so x is 4, so you're thinking, well, where's the answer to that? Well, they wanted to know, what is the price per pound of beef? What is the price per pound of beef? Well, beef was 2.35 plus 0.25x. So 2.35 plus 0.25 times 4. A quarter 4 times is a dollar, so $1 plus 2.35 is 3.35. Last one today. Again, if you want to keep going with this, go on to lesson number 2, and it gives you the rest of them to number 20. Okay, number 12. A line in the xy plane passes through the origin and has a slope of 1/7. Which of the following points lies on the line? Okay, the answer number 12 is D. All right, the origin is the number 0, 0. 0, 0 is the origin. Maybe make yourself a flashcard on that if you didn't know it. That would be a good idea. Flashcard that one. All right, and again, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept. You might want to write that one down too on a flashcard if you didn't know that. They told us the slope here is 1/7. The intercept is 0. The intercept again is where it crosses the y-axis. It crossed it at 0. So y is equal to 1/7 x plus 0. So you don't need to write plus 0. So if you took down here and plugged all those numbers in, if you put 0 in, you get 0. So it's not that. If you put the number 1 in for x, 1/7 times 1 is 1/7. No. If you plug in 7, a 7th of 7 is 1. No. If you plug 14 in, 1/7 of 14 is 2. So that gives you that. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. Again, go to lesson number 2 on this, and you'll see the second part. Thank you.